Hello, everyone. I decided to do a new moon in Aquarius reading. I do not even know for sure how I'm going to lay this out and how I'm going to do it. We're just going to just go and see what happens. Just start pulling some cards and see what we get. But I was sitting here and I was pulled to, just felt like doing a new moon in Aquarius reading. So here we are. If you're new to Soul Conscious Tarot, I thank you so much for joining me, and I hope that you'll consider hitting that like button and subscribing to my channel and helping me grow and supporting me. I thank you so much for all that are here, and thank you for all those that already are subscribers. Let's see what we've got. I really don't know how I'm going to do this layout for this reading, so we're just going to see what we got here. I'm starting with Oracle cards, and we'll just go from there and see what we got. So I think I have I think I'm going to go pull three Oracle cards. I'm being drawn to do that. So we have 53 listening and we have 50 compass. Okay, strong. Okay, it's coming through pretty strongly. I'm glad I did it this way. I love listening to my intuition and letting it guide me for what I should do. So we have 53 listening, 50 compass, and 42 wide open. So this is really talking about, oh my gosh, the infinite possibilities and listening to our inner compass, listening to our inner guidance system, because it's never going to steer us wrong. And if we listen to our inner guidance system, there's a whole big wide world out there available to us. If we follow our heart and we follow our intuition, the world is our oyster. We can do anything that we want to do. There's so much available to us if we just believe and we listen and follow our intuition, follow our heart. Okay, I think I'm going to use this deck now and pull some cards. I think I'm just going to pull another three, like another card on each one of these cards is what I think I'm going to do. Excuse me. Okay, we have the Nine of Cups. And the Nine of Cups can, that really can talk about, it can represent different things, but in this aspect, I'm really seeing it as that minor arcana of the star. I'm getting this feeling of looking at life from a positive perspective. Being happy with where we are, and being happy with ourselves and content within our own lives. Because when it comes down to, we are the only people that can make us happy. There's no one else out there, nothing out there in the world that can truly make us happy. It comes from within. And that's why we need to listen to ourselves and listen to what it is that we want. And when we listen to when we value ourselves and we listen to what we need at a deep soul level, when we really listen to the call that our heart makes, that because it comes from within and goes outward into the world. That's what all of us do. Every single person, who we are resides deep within us. And when we honor and respect that call within us, within our heart of who we are, and we walk with integrity and respect, have self-respect and value our happiness, and we listen to our heart and follow our heart, we will be more content in life. We will attract things in our life that will bring us, that will make us happier, because we're sending out that frequency by listening to who we are and listening to our heart, listening to our intuition and letting it guide us. We are moving in the world in a way that we begin to attract so many things toward us that are right for us. And as we attract more and more things that are right for us into our lives, of course, we are going to become happier. We are going to start living the life that we really were meant to live. It's only our own self-doubts that hold us back from this infinite world of possibility. So we have the Three of Pentacles coming out, which is doing the work. Not only do we have to listen and to our inner guidance system, but we actually have to act on it. We actually have to do something about it. If we just, we can have a feeling and we can be pulled in a certain direction, but if we don't act on it, if we don't put the effort into it, then it's not, it's going to be for naught. Nothing, you can't accomplish anything or can't have what you want in life without doing some kind of work and putting in the effort. Starting slow, to build that momentum into, to start from a small place, and it has to grow into something big. Because the Three of Pentacles leads to the 10 of Pentacles within our world. And that comes from, doing the work of following the compass, our inner guidance system. Okay, and we have the Page of Wands here. Now, I feel like this, definitely on this wide open card, is like this, it's like curiosity. It's getting in touch with your inner child and being curious about life again. Seeing, when we're small, we don't have any doubts that we're fearless. We see the world in all its beauty and glory, and it's this wonderful, magical place. And it's just full of possibilities and full of, just like I said, these infinite possibilities. And so it's getting in touch with that part of you to find that sense of wonder again, to open up to that sense of wonder and understand that the world is your oyster, that you can do whatever it is you want to do. Your life is yours to live in whatever way that you want to live in it. So I think we're moving on to a different deck. We're going to go ahead and keep pulling cards here. So we have the Queen of Swords, and I feel like this is talking about that inner strength to to know what you need to do, to be fair with yourself, to have the inner strength to do what is right for you, and be willing to listen to your intuition, be willing to listen and act upon that. And we have the Four of Swords here. So I really feel like with this Four of Swords, it's drawing on that, going within, we're talking about listening to your intuition, to your inner guidance system. And you can't, you have to take that time to listen to what it is that you want, to know where to act, where to put your action. This is where it's really if you're somebody that does not meditate, I highly suggest potentially doing some meditation or prayer or something like that, where you take some time to sit with yourself. If you don't do that already, if you're not a person that typically does that, this is calling us to take time to really get in touch with ourselves, if that is something that you don't typically do. If it is something you typically do, then this reading is on point, that your life is full of possibilities and full of the ability to have a very happy, abundant, wonderful, happy life if you follow your intuition and you walk in the world as your true, authentic self, listening and respecting your inner self and what your needs are, your desires are, and acting upon those. But you have to understand what those are. And I feel like this Four of Swords is really kind of pulling back to that, that listening. You have to take time to listen. You have to take time to go within to know where you need to act. You don't know where to act until you reflect on things and understand where it is you want to go. So, get that compass bearing. It's basically saying take the time to get the heading, to get your compass heading, to know what direction to take action. So let's go ahead. We're going to pull another card here on this Page of Wands. So we have the King of Wands in reverse. So this is really telling me that maybe in the past we haven't allowed ourselves to be open to these possibilities. We haven't allowed ourselves, like we felt like we had no freedom to do what we want. Like we needed to control the narrative. We needed to it's kind of like almost like not allowing yourself to believe that you could have something more than what you currently have is what I'm getting here. Let's go ahead. You know what? What do I want to use? You know what? I'm being drawn to use the Dark Tarot, so we're going to use it, even though some of these cards, the images on it might might get picked up and might flag this as a more adult reading. But let's go ahead and use. I'm being drawn to it, so we're going to use the Dark Tarot to wrap this reading up. So let's go ahead and get some final cards here from Dark Tarot and see, because this is Dark Tarot. I love the Dark Tarot deck because it talks about more of that inner work, the shadow work, the inner work that needs to be done. And I feel like this is a real pivotal point, and time in our lives where we've been going through a reassessment and reevaluation period in our lives in general. For every person has been going through a little bit of a different, assessment period. What the assessment was revolved around was different for each and every person, depending on what your experiences have been so far in this lifetime. But I feel like we have all been going through a big period of reassessment and reevaluation of what is important to us. And so this is like almost like your north node, getting in tune with what your life calling is, your heading, getting your heading, knowing what your north node is, your true calling, getting in touch with that if you haven't already, and setting yourself on a path that aligns with who you really are as a person, and the life that you are meant to lead, not the life that you may currently be leading, but the life you were meant to lead, and understanding that that is possible, and not kind of limiting yourself, not limiting yourself. So we have the 10 of Cups, the 10 of Cups. So the 10 of Cups talks about that's that increase. We've escalated from a 9 of Cups up to a 10 of Cups here, and in this row, and definitely can be that we can have everything that it is that we want in life. We can have what it is we want. If we're willing to go after it, if we're willing to listen and do something about it, because this is 10 of Cups for me is more that dreamy energy. It's more that what we desire, as far as like the life that we may want, but it's more on an energetic level. It's bringing, our life is in a great place when I feel like when the Ten of Cups aligns with the Ten of Pentacles, because then we have managed to make our world, our world around us. We've managed to make our world around us that which we want for ourselves. We've managed to bring it into reality. So I really feel like this is, where I said that Nine of Cups can kind of be like, can be a lesser arcana star. This is all talking about our path, our destiny, our journey. And I feel like, as we kind of talked about, being fair with ourselves, having the strength to do what is right for us. And this is aligning and understanding what really is, getting in touch with what is really right for you. What is that happily ever after for you? What is the life that you want to live? Painting that picture. This is painting that picture after listening to your needs, your wants, listening to your inner guidance system, listening to that, being fair with yourself, and being honest with yourself about what it is that you want for your life, And then we have the Four of Pentacles, which really talks about, I feel like it's interesting how we had out of this deck, we have the Nine of Cups and the Ten of Cups. So we've had this escalation here. Well, we have the Three of Pentacles, and it's interesting that we've had, that here between these two cards, we've had swords, the Queen of Swords and the Four of Swords. So each one, it's like doing that assessment. As we've done this assessment and evaluation, we're escalating, in every aspect. So, where we've escalated here in what it is we want, and understanding what it is that we want. Here we're escalating the effort that we're putting in, and it's almost like drawing to us, that which we need in our life, that which we're attracting things that better align with us, with who we are as a person. As we get stronger in who we are, and we define who we are in touch with who we are, we know more of who we are and what we want. Well, of course, then we're going to continue to attract things that align with who we are as we've identified that. And of course, there's going to be that escalation there. Things are going to start increasing across every aspect of our world. So I'm going to pull this final card here and see what we have to wrap it up. I don't have those cards. I wish I had those cards here, but I didn't think to grab them. They're in the other room, unfortunately. So we're wrapping this up on the Eight of Cups. So this is really important with this being on the King of Wands reversed, because I feel like this is letting go of that which no longer serves you. And this is really, really important aspect of this, because this is really what this touches on, is once you know what you want or who you are and what you want as a person, you're going to understand what you don't want. And you're going to understand, that you're not limited, that you can have the life that you want, where you maybe felt stuck before, maybe you felt control before, but where you felt stuck, you now you're seeing those possibilities. You're seeing that you can have a different life. You're seeing that you have the power to have the life that you want to live, that you can make that happen, and you're willing to walk away from things that aren't what you want. It's gaining experience and gaining knowledge and understanding what you want, and not allowing and holding on to things in our lives that are not serving us, that aren't aligned with the life that we need to foster and breed for ourselves, that we need, that we want to live. You know what? I think what I'm going to do, because these are here. I've never opened this before. I have a lot of crystals. This is my crystals, and I always, not all my crystals are in here, but quite a few. And I actually, I work with these crystals occasionally, and I do charge them and cleanse them, usually under the moon, if I've used them. So I'm gonna draw out. Okay, so we have smoky quartz here, that I've pulled out, and that really is, it can talk about protection and clearing. This really does. I'm gonna put this on this Eight of Cups, because I really feel like we're clearing out that which no longer serves. And this stone, this crystal, smoky quartz, is one of the crystals that is really good for clearing your energy, for clearing anything that doesn't serve you in your life. It helps transmute and clear that out. It's similar to, lighting sage, and doing that clearing work. It helps with clearing out any bad negative energy, and I think that that's perfect for this reading. So that's how we're going to wrap this up. I thank you so much if you joined me for this reading. I think, I'm really glad that I did it, and I hope that you enjoyed it as well. I love when I do these impromptu readings that I'm drawn to do on the fly like this, because I think that they always impart an amazing message each and every time. So I really hope that you tuned in to watch this, and that you find some value in it. Feel free to hit that like button down below and leave any comments that you want to share, and anything that you're feeling. I appreciate that. Thank you again so very much. And I wish you a great and happy, blessed new moon in Aquarius. Thank you so much. Have a great and wonderful day. Joy, love, and light.